You are my sunshine, you make me happy when skies are grey.
I didn't like him when we first met.
I met Nikita just before I went to Afghanistan. She just split up with a boyfriend at the time, and she was going off about how she hates people in the military, so I told her I was a maths student. And I kept that lie up for quite a while.
He was just really charming, really funny. Didn't take no for an answer.
We just met by chance and everything worked out.
This is a war. Every day when you're engaged in war, there are serious risks that confront those who fight the war.
It's on constant loop. It's like have it playing in the cinema in your head.
They like to say that there's no stigma involved within the military, but I feel like Luke has massively been betrayed.
They just see me as a liability rather than that there was something wrong.
It's no different to the way I found it. It hasn't been unpacked. We don't know where
Are you
anything
actually
is.
kidding me? Look what you've done.
I need to help him. I need to save him. I don't know how.
The first person that noticed there was a problem was Nikita.
I can see clearly now there were big red flags. At the time I just felt like, well, maybe being in a war zone sort of does this. I mean, it'll calm down soon. It didn't calm down. We just started sort of having a little argument like couples do, I guess.
And Nikita said something and I can't remember what she said, I can't remember what she did. But I turned around and
He just punched the hole in the door.
I almost beat the shit out of my wife. I don't know why, I don't know what for, I don't know what the reasons were. I don't know why I reacted that way.
He leant against the door and he just slid down it and just cried. And I just held him. But I remember questioning, did I know Luke?
I don't know why she keeps coming back. But she doesn't deserve it. Why should she have to be scared in her own home of the person that's supposed to look after her and the kids?
But I'm not scared. I'm not scared of Luke. Alright, come on. Are you ready?
Batman.
I was thinking right.
Batman.
Why is Dad so mad? He was finally diagnosed with PTSD. I was quite
Why is Dad so mad?
oblivious to PTSD, almost quite ignorant to it.
He was so mad at me today for playing too loud.
I've really gone out of my way to educate myself on PTSD, on Luke's back, on how they impact on one another.
Dad was different when he came home.
Until his PTSD took over, he was just a normal dad, could do normal things. I couldn't imagine living in the pain Luke's in, and I can't imagine living with the things that go around in his mind. I don't resent him. I couldn't imagine being with anyone but Luke, despite him being ill, and if anything, I feel like it's made us so much stronger. It's not his fault, and it's definitely not his fault that the people that helped put him in this situation to get him this unwell have turned their backs on him.
Can you talk to me about the experiences you had in Afghanistan that led to this?
I can try. I don't even talk to myself about it. There's no heroic war story or combat related. I find it embarrassing and I find the whole thing pretty shameful.
He's a very proud person, and he's a very strong person, and he sees this as a weakness. So for him to admit that actually he is mentally unwell makes him less of a man Makes him a failure as a husband and a dad, and definitely makes him a failure as an airman in the RAF. And he sees it as letting everybody down.
Okay, Luke, here we are for another session of EMDR. And I want you to concentrate on the light. We need to go back to the events in Afghanistan. I know this is a difficult process, but we need to go through it. You're in a perfectly safe environment. I want to assure you that, all right? Nice deep breath in, Luke. And breathe out. Breathe in again. Breathe out. 3, 2, 1.
It was force protection. I was just guarding the base. I didn't do anything special. I didn't do anything dangerous. We were controlling the local nationals. When they came in, they would have all their communication devices taken off them and they'd be searched to make sure they didn't have anything on them that they could use to cause any issues, any weapons or any explosives or anything like that. And the Americans, we worked quite closely with them, and the American Department of Defense wanted to look through these mobile phones for propaganda and any evidence that these people were involved in insurgency. I got a flash of it. I tried not to think about it.
What I need you to do is to think about it. You're doing really well, Luke.
So we go through the phones and we plugged in a memory card, and most of it's just random. And then we opened up one file. And it was a video. The video was child abuse. I can't stop seeing it.
You're doing extremely well, you really are. On a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being upsetting, 0, no emotional reaction to the image you're seeing, where would you put your score at the moment?
On a good 6. They cannot treat my PTSD without them treating my back. The two are linked. One can't go without the other.
Okay, Luke, so
I feel like I've had about 15 points.
So the lower 3 discs, which are the most common ones, that not deteriorate, but they become more dehydrated with age. So where the discs themselves cause pain, we call it discogenic pain. Now with Luke, I'm going to do first a procedure to try and help the pain in his right leg, which is an epidural. Picture.
He's been told the only option is surgery, to have the 3 lower discs completely replaced.
Okay. So that's on the L5.
If he has disc replacement surgery, the chances of him being paralysed are fairly high, and because of his age, they consider him too young for the surgery. So despite the fact that it's impacted on his mental health, that's not a good enough reason for them to operate. They can say he's too young for the surgery, but then we could also say, isn't he too young to be living like this? He has 3 young sons that he can't even lift up. What sort of a life is that for someone who's 32?
He couldn't make it anymore, could have he tried?
So we'd had probably one of the best weekends as a family. It was lovely, and despite Luke's back, he made the effort to walk around, and he just kept saying, no, the pain's fine, it's worth it to make memories. He was just being lovely, just like the old Luke. I think I was just so in awe of it and just selfish, I guess. Just really, really embracing the moment, that I was just ignoring every single sign. I just knew something awful was wrong. Literally, you can feel like all your insides just sink to the bottom of you.
No matter how many people tell me how lucky I am, or how much I love my wife and kids, it's too much. I can't cope.
He had planned it so far in advance that he had planned out this amazing weekend. And he did it so that his sons and me would have their nice weekend to remember him of, and we would remember the old Luke before his back injury, before his PTSD.
I do believe that she loves me. I just don't know why. I'm not the same man that I used to be.
And he knew that he would bleed out, and he knew he would die. And the only thing he was worried about is that I came back, because I shouldn't have.
I hate being like this. I'm not the only one in the same situation. I'm not the only one that's not getting the help they need. I'm not the only one that's being ridiculed by people that think they know me. And especially because they ask a lot from you. They teach you to give them everything. And when you need something, it's not there.
Everyone else that he believed in has abandoned him. The MOD have left him. I owe it to him to help him. I owe it to him because I love him and he's my soulmate. And who am I without him? I'm determined to fight for him and to help him so that our children, hopefully one day, will have a somewhat normal upbringing with a somewhat normal dad.
And open your eyes. What are you experiencing now?
I think it's relief, if I'm honest.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
I truly believe that at some point someone will help Luke. And I've just got to get him to hold on.
It's the first time I've felt something different.
Good. And it's a nice feeling.
Yeah. It's the first bit of actual progress where I've noticed a difference. Right now I don't hate my life and wish I was dead.
That's a massive statement to make, isn't it?
Yeah.
You make me happy when skies are grey. You never know, dear, how much I love you. You can take my sunshine.